Winterland, tell me all your secrets. Fill me in on your wildest moments. Colored trees, your yellow leaves move me. Dancing roofs, your painted red shakes the room. When I get there, I'll let my feet roll. When I get there, I'll break in your arms, I'll lose control. When I get there, I'll know the answer. Let me know when I get closer. Winterland.
Hey everybody, happy Monday. This is Overpass Live. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now this is the weekly live stream. Well, say weekly. I haven't done it for like 2 weeks. Okay, but this is the live stream where we just hang out and talk about whatever we want. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't, it could go on for like 5 minutes. It could go on for an hour. It's in the past, we've done it for like 2 hours long, but dude, man, we don't play that way anymore. I got other stuff to do and everything like that. But so anyway, but most of the time we talk about apps. I was saying, well, we talk about whatever we want to talk about. There's no structure. There's nothing, there's no agenda. There's just no agenda. I'm not a big planner, I guess you could say. So so we just mostly talk about apps. So last week we didn't do the live stream because it was Easter Monday. It was a holiday here, bank holiday, and I thought, well, we'll just, maybe do something with my kids or something. And the week before that, I had to go pick up, my son from university. So, and so now we're back. And then next Monday, we're not going to do it either because next Monday is another bank holiday. So, and you know what? When it comes to bank holidays and stuff like that, I'm usually I usually work through them. I guess my chance to catch up on other stuff because I do contracting during the week for a few days during the week. So the Mondays are like kind of essential. That's my chance to get certain stuff done. And it's kind of nice when like everyone else is when no clients are gonna call because you just got the day to yourself, right? So anyway, next Monday we're not gonna do the live stream, yeah. So today, all right. So I spent the last couple of days debugging some Firebase code. Actually, I say I was debugging Firebase code. I was basically taking some. So this is something I've been working on for a while. I don't know if you guys ever have one of these little projects that you pick up and then you put it back down again, and you come back to it and pick it up again. So I've been working on, first I was doing some Node.js scripts to take all of my language learning application data and moving it up into Firebase storage, into the Firestore, right? So I was writing the Node.js scripts to go ahead and look at a file directory and take all the files out of there and move them up into the cloud so that I could use it for like finally get around to the Apple thing where I have my container application for everything that goes together. So I had everything going, and I had this one Firebase query that should have worked and it wasn't. And it was like, it was like a nested query. Like it was simple too. It was just like taking documents out of a collection, but it was like there was a collection, and then like it was several layers down, but it still should have worked, right? And it drove me crazy. Like for like most of Sunday, I was working on this thing, and a bit of Saturday, and Friday, and I was just like, I got to this point where when you hit a roadblock and you're like, dude, man, I'm just gonna come back to this because it was just this one thing, and thinking, I don't know why this isn't working, and I'm googling like Wi-Fi, like everything I was googling. Like talk about like looking for the wrong place. I'm googling everything to Firebase hanging. It's just hanging when I try to call this query. I'm not even getting any errors back. I'm not getting any, and it's causing my CPU to go up, which was really strange, right? And I was like digging around trying to find all this kind of stuff. And it was so stupid. It was so stupid. I found it like 2 hours ago, and it was like so basically you got categories. The categories are in the cloud. I got levels. There's only like 10 levels, so I don't need to put that into the cloud, right? That data. So I'm just like, I'll just write a for loop, right? A for loop. We done day one. You learn the for loop, right? I had a for loop, which I had like it it wasn't incrementing the counter. I got the first line of it wrong. So right after I was calling my query to await the data coming back from Firestore, I'm calling this loop, which is an infinite loop because it never meets the conditions. Like, boom, right? So everything I was Googling, everything I'm drilling down and stuff, and eventually you'll find something. Like you'll find somebody on Stack Overflow who says like, oh, it's because such and such, 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 something. Oh, okay, maybe it's that, whatever. Like, and I was getting all mad at Firebase. Nothing to do with Firebase. It had to do with this moron right here. So anyway, that was my last couple of days. So so anyway, welcome to the live stream. Let's see who's here. Matthew. Matthew's here. Matthew, I saw you over. I was watching Steve P. Young's stream, or not a stream. His episode he did on what was it? Adpeta or whatever it was like. But it was like somebody put it into the Discord channel, so I was watching that today, and I saw you come up on that, and yes. We got like a lot of the same people go back and forth, which is cool. Joe says, welcome back. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Rizwan, hola, amigo. What's up? What's up? I'm doing really good. I'm feeling really good today. I've had like let's see. Adrian says, admit it, you had a hangover. I did too. Dude, man. Yeah, yesterday I had a legendary hangover. Like one of those, like, that's it. I'm done. I am done. Like that's one of those kind of hangovers. It was because of the fight. So I did go to see the fight. I didn't go see the fight. I went to the pub and watched the fight with Tyson Fury and Dillian White. I hope I said it right. And so it was a really good night. It was a fun night, but I stayed out way too long. And yeah, there may have been a hangover involved. Dude, man, yesterday was just like a write-off. I mean, that was probably one of the reasons why I couldn't find this Firebase issue. Let's see. Rizwan says, I hate Mondays. Client usually eat me with calls. Yeah, I know. I haven't had a single call today. When it comes to Overpass stuff, I have slowed down so much that the entire day went by. No calls, no emails. I should be concerned, shouldn't I? I think I should, Samuel's here. Hey, Sam, how's it going? Hey, guys. Let's see. And Theo says, Theo has entered the house. Hey, Theo, how's it going? Where's my voice going to go? Fist007, hey, how's it going? Fist007, I'll have you know I've been doing a lot of Xamarin stuff and a little bit of Blazor too. Good to see you're doing well. I'm doing really, really well. Thanks. Let's see. Morris said, where's the iMac go? It's in my bedroom. So, yeah, this is I about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I took my computer, my big computer desk that's here in the living room, and I moved it into the bedroom thinking, okay, like over Easter, my son was staying with me, so it's good. Like he could, if I'm working in the living room, it kind of makes the whole thing weird. Like, so I thought I'll work out of the bedroom, and then and I'll just get used to that. And I thought maybe it'll make me more focused. But it's like, dude, man, you're sitting in the bedroom. Like it gets a bit cluttered and everything like that. So it was a bad decision that I have not yet to rectify by putting everything, because you know what it's like when you guys got all your computer equipment and everything, like all the cables and all the cable management, all that kind of stuff. Like took several hours to move it in there, and I got my son, my youngest son's help to move it in, like the desk and everything like that. And then like a couple days in, I'm like, I kind of hate this. But so anyway. I didn't want to do a live stream from my bedroom because I don't know. I've been in there all day, man. So I'm trying this new setup, and plus I'm trying to get used to just using the MacBook Air. Right? I'm trying to get used to using this as my main computer because I said this before. My main goal in life is to become a digital nomad. I want to be able to travel and take this thing with me and just be able to work from anywhere. So, that's something that I've. So Fist007 says, you got a new MacBook thingy. This is my iMac. Sorry. No, it's not my iMac. It's my MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. Chris Paul, just want to pop in and say hello, Eric. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Might have to bounce to another meeting, but appreciate your content. I really appreciate that too. I know I haven't been doing a lot of content lately. Last week I did a video which did really well. And it was called, I wished they would fire me, like past tense. And then Ren, who's a social media person, she did the thumbnail, and she said, I wish they would fire me. And I think it got more clicks because people thought it was current. And I was talking about like back when I was like a permanent employee, and how you would, when you're just desperate, you're like wishing Like, God, I wish someone would do something so I don't have to do something. You know, I don't have to take charge. I don't have to like, make something happen. And yeah, so it's like I did it. So and once I went out there, I thought, oh God, I hope the contractor more. I hope they don't think I'm talking about them. But yeah, but no, that was like that got a lot of views. That felt good. Fizzle says, I feel better. I don't drink at all. Yeah, see, this is it. Like it's been a couple times I've been out, and it's like I was gonna say I don't drink that often, but I think it was the lockdown when I started drinking a bit more, and everything like that, and and every so often you'll meet somebody at the pub. They're like able to just go to the pub and just drink water or something like that, and and so I keep thinking maybe I should move into that direction, but yeah, it was like that. Yeah, the hangovers just make it not worth it sometimes. And also, like, loads of fights. Dude, it's been a keird weekend because loads of fights kept. I don't know what's because we went to go watch a fight and everyone got all testosterone-y, but, like, I didn't get into a fight, obviously. Well, I could have done. Yeah, I got a dark edge to me. But, yeah, like, loads of fights were breaking out this weekend. Matthew says, I've increased my number of ratings from 95 to 101 in less than a week with in-app ratings. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Let's see, Matthew. I'm medically unable to drink alcohol. Oh wow. Let's see. Fistable said most of the time I'm orking in my bed. What does that mean? All right. Oh, dude, you ork too much, you go blind. Most of the time I'm orking in my bed with my laptop on me, and man, I get so productive. Oh, working. Okay. Most of the time I'm working in my bed with my laptop. I mean, it's so productive when I work that way. But after a few hours, my back starts to bring me back to reality. I keep trying to do that. I've been trying to like work over on the couch, like with the laptop, and thinking, but I feel less productive if I'm not sitting upright with a keyboard in front of me or just something like at the right level. And like right now, I'm not using a mouse, but most of the time I always have a mouse. And when I got the laptop, or even when I got my first laptop, or my last laptop, whatever, I was thinking, okay, if I could train myself to not use the mouse, like get really good at shortcut keys, get really good at the trackpad, then my life will just be better. But it hasn't. Like I just never really been able to do it. I'm too used to just doing that. And in the bedroom where I've got the iMac with the two monitors, it is so nice to work on that. Over the last couple of weeks, my son borrowed one of my monitors, or the secondary monitor, and it was like, and I was getting used to just using one monitor, but having it back is like, oh, it's so nice. But I'm thinking, is it too comfortable? Is it too comfortable in there? Good. Let's see. Morris says, my bedroom is messy. Girl from the pub is in his room. No girls from the pub. Let's see. Matthew Creek, sorry to hear that, man. After seeing how it affects people, I'm glad. Yeah, no. Let's see. For me, in order not to, this is an interesting conversation. Who knew it would go this way? For me, in order not to drink, I don't get anywhere near a pub/bar. Yeah, I know. It's like, I mean, it's the social thing, though, isn't it? It's kind of like going to a coffee shop, except in a coffee shop, people don't talk to each other, really. I mean, I guess maybe they do, but I'm an introverted guy. Sometimes I don't know, I got all these weights behind me, which I got at the start of lockdown, right before lockdown happened. And when I got them, and I've got this power tower that you can't see over to the side, the pull-ups and the sit-ups and stuff like that. And that was like when I realized I don't need to go to the gym anymore. I'm going to save loads of money. I can just work out from here. And then after lockdown started to lift, I'm like, dude, man, I'm going to the gym. I just need to be around people. And I think that's what the pub and the bar and everything is. I mean, when I was growing up, you go to like the movies. I mean, this is like, I'm not going to be the advocate for this, but like when you're a kid, you go to the movies or whatever, and it was like, you don't really talk to anybody. You don't really meet anybody new. If you go to like a restaurant, you're pretty much with the people that you go with. If you go to a coffee shop, you're with the people go with. But like that social atmosphere where people have a few drinks and they just they start to talk to other people, and the more inebriated they get, the more you make the best friend for life for like 2 hours, and then you're like the next day you're like, God, I hope I never run into that person again. It's awesome. So let's see. Let's see. Top video says, Hi, Eric. How do I protect my app from reverse engineering? Because I found more than 10 copies of my apps. It depends. If they're actually using the code, then you need to use ProGuard and all this kind of stuff. You need to look into different ways of doing that. Maybe if you have a server, maybe moving some stuff off into the server kind of stuff. If you think they're actually looking at the code, if it's something like they're actually looking at it and then cloning it, like doing a black box kind of thing, just trying to figure out how it works, then that's a little bit more tricky. Like if they're actually using you can report it to Google Play. And that's something that I was doing for a long time. Now the copycats have taken over. I mean, I would advise against making videos about how successful it is. You know, I mean, I knew a guy who did that, and then his app was removed, and copycats took over. But I don't know. He wasn't very smart, that guy. Um, let's see. Rizwan Ada says, Eric, does your back of the neck hurt by looking down at the screen like this? I don't normally, like I said, I'm trying to get used to doing this. Like mostly I have my monitors up here, but no, I'm trying to, that was another news. So like a month ago, I started going to a sports massage therapist, and like I went to go see her again on Friday morning, and she was mean. No, it was like really cruel. Like, get in there, get in with the muscles, right? And I'm like, should I tell you if it hurts? She's like, you could tell me, but I don't care. Like I was like, but apparently I'm all stiff in the neck. I've got loads of issues after nearly 50 years on this planet that I've not looked into. So I've got all these stretches and everything to do. But no, but we also have this thing as developers too, because we sit on our phones and we sit at our desks and stuff all the time. And it's kind of like it's one of the reasons why I started exercising more. I used to run a lot and I used to run not so much for the exercise, although yeah, but it was just that solitary, just to get out, right? If you go and sit somewhere, you could still be disturbed, but if you're running, most of the time, no one's gonna chase you. So I used to love that it started when I was in the army. Like, of course, you had to run in the army, but like I would do it for fun. I would do it just to get out of the barracks, just to get out and run. So that was something I did for years and years. And then like 6 or 7 years ago, I read Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Mike Matthews, and that convinced me to start going to the gym. And like everybody, like I know I talk about the gym all the time because it's like the only thing I seem to do anymore. Again, another place where you don't talk to other people. I know people do talk to other people at the gym, but for me, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't talk to other people at the gym. It feels weird. Like, so let's see. But yeah, so so as a developer, for those of us who sit at a computer all day, it's important to get out and get some exercise but also stretching. Obviously I've got all kinds of like, muscle. Like she's like, do you ever stretch? She's like, I'm like, yeah. You're trying to have this conversation, and she's like, at the meantime, she's digging into you, like under the elbow. Oh, yeah, okay, yes. Let's see. Matthew says, is orking like when you say like gobbling or creatures? Let's see. Rizwan says, which display you have at the Hertz capable also color colorblind along Mac? My LED emulator shows as potato quality. I don't know. You know what? I've never messed with any of that kind of stuff. And I know some people are really into it. Like when I edit videos, I watch all kinds of like tutorials on how to edit videos, and it's all about color grading. You want to get the right colors here and there. But it's lost on me. It's like lost on me, like the different settings of a monitor. Like if I can see it well, like maybe I'll adjust the brightness. But like I don't contrast and all this kind of. I never mess with that kind of stuff. It's lost on me, and I never go in those. So let's see. Fistable says, Eric, I'm not judging here. I believe the fact that everyone has a right to do as he pleases, even though I don't drink. If I see you in a pub, I'll say bottoms up. I've never heard anybody say bottoms up in a pub in real life. I should do that. I should start it. But not after this weekend. Let's see. Okay. Hit me if you need some help with Angular Xamarin. Cool. Thanks. Let's see. Cool. Matthew Creek says, does anyone hunt morals? I don't know what that is. Morals. Yeah, what is? I don't know what that is. So So anyway, that's pretty much what it goes. So that's so yeah. So what else has been happening this last 3 weeks? God, 3 weeks. Yeah, We've been working on. I have been experiencing a bit of stage fright when it comes to releasing an app. So I back at the around Christmas time, I was working on an application to like a B2B application that I was, just so we can market it. It's like getting something to demonstration quality so that we can show it to clients, potential clients, and see whether or not they'd be interested in it, right? It's kind of like, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. We need to see, it's like putting something on the App Store, right? You want to see if there's a market first before you go and all in, but you got to go in somewhat. You got to invest in it somewhat so that you know that it's going to be, whether or not it has any legs to it, whether or not you could actually, if anybody's really even interested in it. So I've been working on, so I did that. But then like the last 2 months, I've just been dragging my feet. Like today, I finally got to writing the description for it and everything. And we finally started reaching out and marketing this thing today. And it's, which feels good, but still kind of like, why did it take me so long? Like that, I've had clients, I've done videos about how annoying it is when you have a client that's not ready to go live and they're like, okay, well, just change one more thing, which is scope creep, but it's also like, a lot of it's the, I'm not ready yet. Maybe, now that I think about it, I think it should be something else. I think, maybe the icon's not very good. Maybe this is. So I was having that same kind of thing for the last few weeks. So let's see. Morris says, I stopped drinking, started edibles. You know what? I'm glad you're not, they're good 90% of the time, 10% of the time, not good. Oh, yeah. No, there's, I'm not a proponent of, cool. Well, maybe I should, look into that. So, Kevin, hey, how's it going? Kevin, thanks for the email. Every holiday, Kevin sends me an email about Easter and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. Let's see. Rizwan says, Eric, are you an iPhone guy or an Android user? Do you know, I'm an iPhone guy, but I begrudgingly was when I started. It was like, I preferred Android. In fact, I didn't even want to release an iPhone app to begin with. And then it was like when my iPhone app started to do a little bit better, I thought, well, I probably need an iPhone for testing. So I bought like an iPhone 8. I'd had like an iPhone 3G back in the early days and everything like that, which was, it was good. But then afterwards I thought, you know what? I didn't like the Apple culture of, the big release date, people queuing up around the store, they don't have enough, like, it's just kind of this, the pretentiousness of it. So that was something I did. Like, so with Android, I was really, really got into. I like the Android ecosystem. I like the way that the Android works. I like the way that you could get a phone for like really cheap on Android, or you could spend a bit of money and get something that's really good and it works really, really well, like a lot of the Samsung and the Huawei phones and stuff like that, right? And I really like that. However, like after the iPhone 8, I got I got iPhone 11 now, and it's kind of having that, because it's so expensive to get the iPhones. You're like, well, I might as well just use this as my regular phone. And now it's all tied in with the Apple Watch and the AirPods and everything like that. So, but no, so I'm an iPhone user, but I'm not like, dude, man, change my life. iPhone's the best. No, I'm like, I'm like a crack addict. Like, dude, how did I end up here? Well, we're talking a lot about drugs and alcohol tonight, aren't we? Let's see. Matthew says, a rare seasonal mushroom that grows in Central America around now. Let's see. Fisto was, have you been using Azure recently? I have been, but my Azure knowledge is not very good. It's one of these things where I keep thinking, okay, I probably need to just sit down and read stuff. I use an app service, but really kind of using it just as an app service, like pushing stuff to it and just having it run. Certain things I probably need to put that on my to-do list because I'm using it. I'm using it a bit, but I'm not enough that I have other people helping me with the Azure stuff, which is like, it's getting to that point now where I've been working with them so long, they're probably thinking, why can't he do this himself now? Like, because a lot of the stuff when I do server-based stuff, it's usually Google infrastructure. It's Firebase. It's even Firebase storage, stuff like that, or Node.js. Matthew says the rare seasonal mushroom that grows in central USA. Oh, okay. Morris says 10 milligrams edible will make you a little high, but only 2 milligrams will prevent anxiety. Look into microdosing. Okay, all right. But I don't know. I don't think it's actually legal in England. I mean, so I know there's ways around that. I'm one of those people who when I was growing up in San Diego, like South San Diego. So there were drug problems in the area. And I can remember walking through downtown as a teenager and people walking by saying, buy some hash. Like they just started selling me drugs and stuff like that. But that was one of the rare times. I think I have this clean cut persona that I look like a narc. I think, I could have been, I couldn't have been on 21 Jump Street because I look like, I look like a narc. And I think it's one of the reasons nobody's ever offered, people didn't offer me drugs in high school or anything like that. I was just kind of I think so. Let's see. Rizwan says, I got iPhone 12 Pro and budget got a dent like crazy, but it also helping me testing apps. So I guess it'll pay out. Yeah, I mean, I got, and it's all about the SIM card. Because we talk about when we talk about what's my normal phone is which one is lucky enough to get my SIM card. I wish I could have, more than one. I know that, those people who Marcus Brownlee and stuff like that are always changing phones every week. But I don't know how they could do that kind of stuff. Fist Up Over 7 says, I'm exactly in the same spot. I need Azure, but I'm way behind. I need to take certification course and probably get a cert. Yeah, it's weird because I used to think AWS was overly complicated. I could set up an instance and I could SSH onto a server using EC2 and I can use an S3 bucket. But whenever it comes to permissions, it seems like that's where everything is GUI based until you get to permissions. Then they give you this weird JSON stuff to do. And that used to always bother me. It was a disconnect between one level of usability to a really more difficult level of usability. And the two of them seem to be directed at the same people. It wasn't one group of people would be setting up the servers and another one be setting permissions on them. No, it's the same people, but it's this weird thing, right? They couldn't figure out a GUI for that. But then I thought, well, I like Firebase because Firebase is easy. But then now, a lot of times when you do Firebase stuff, it still says go to Google Cloud, go to the Google projects, Google Cloud Platform Console. And then you're doing the same kind of stuff. Why are there so many options here? Why is there so much to do? So, yeah. But, and then Azure is the same. Azure is the same where I think, okay, I got it. But then it's ooh, there's loads of stuff here. And and it's one of those things where I keep thinking maybe I should just get a book on it and just start from there. But there's a lot of stuff we've got developers and then you've got infrastructure and now you got this DevOps kind of in between. And I suppose that would be useful to know. I want to get into continuous integration. I want to get that's something I haven't done. I'm actually doing it with one application using Azure App Center. So being able to push to the master branch on Git and just having it build and distribute to Google Play and to iTunes to test flight and for testing. So let's see. Rizwan says, will there be anything like Expo for Flutter ever? I don't know. Flutter, it's always growing. It's always getting better. One of the things, because I've been doing a lot of stuff in Xamarin lately, and Xamarin does have this very corporate, it's a very corporate feel to it. It doesn't necessarily have to be corporate stuff, but it does have that kind of background to it. So when we talk about different levels of encryption, different types of server, interaction, stuff like that, it has that kind of capabilities. So with Flutter, it's I'm never quite sure. You could, if you were to put a NuGet package into Xamarin, well, that's pretty much compiled, but you could easily go into the individual projects. I guess with Maui you won't need to, but and you could write native code using, well, native code converted into C# and all that stuff. And like a lot of the platform, I think all of the platforms are there. So you can actually go and write your own plugins a lot easier than you can with like Flutter and definitely with like Cordova-based applications. Let's see. Okay, Fistable says, I don't know if you guys hear the sirens going by. An idea for an app, one that syncs between two phones with one being the SIM card holder. This way you have two phones with one SIM card app. Yeah, SIM card. Yeah. God, imagine the sandbox issues you'd have with that. Why not go through Microsoft documentation? I don't know. Yeah. Actually, no. Every time I go through Microsoft documentation, it just seems too verbose. Like it seems like like Flutter has really good documentation. Like if you go to the Getting Started page on Flutter, it's really, really well documented. Like it feels like it's taking you on a journey through it. Whereas when I go on Microsoft documentation, it feels like I'm looking at a bunch of stuff that's, like I'm like looking at words in a dictionary rather than a story. Like I'm looking at, if I need to know what that means, I could go check it. But like, do I know how that fits in with the whole, if that makes sense? Let's see. Moore says, are your mobile customers preferring cross-platform or no-code solutions, preferring native Swift or Kotlin? I have never had anybody prefer native code Swift or Kotlin. Never say I want this done in native code. That's not true. I haven't had it one time. One time they did. Usually if we have to do the native code, it's because they have an existing code base and they bring it through. Like if I tell them we're going to do like it in a cross-platform framework and it's going to save them money, that's usually enough. It's usually enough for them. They might be like, is it going to be performant and everything like that? And say, yeah, I mean, most of the time it is. It's not like if it's a game, then there might be some issues, but but let's see. Morris says, would you have more local customers if you moved to a tech-heavy America city? I don't know. You could. I don't know, actually. You'd be moving where there's a lot more competition. To be honest with you, a lot of the customers that I get are like, the reason they go with me is because I'm local. Or they either go with me because I'm local or they found a video. They found a video about me talking about something and they think, I'd like to work with him. Or they're local. They did a local search, like, app developers in Oxfordshire or something like that. And the page ranks really well for that. So, Fistable says, yes, it's true. Microsoft docs are docs, not hands-on tutorials, but they started to do some hands-on labs recently, and they're really good. Oh, okay, well, I should probably have a look at that. Cool. All right. Well, let's see. Ethan says, Eric, how much did you earn from last night only from apps? Ooh, let's have a look. I'm going to take a look at my daily summary. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It might be. I should be so negative. I should be positive, man. Let's see my daily summary. A daily revenue report. So I'll share this with you here. Because it has declined significantly. How do I share my screen? How do I share my screen? Never done this before. All right, let's see. Oh, I can't share my screen. So, all right. So, again, using a laptop I don't normally use. I don't know if you guys have found it. For those of you guys who are Mac users, I'm getting a lot of like the permissions are updating and stuff like that. It's like every time I try to share my screen on some new platform. So yesterday I made £5. I made £2.39 with Admob. Ugh. Oh, actually no, that's not a good one. Yeah, £2.39 with Admob, $3.35 with iTunes, $2.75 with $2.75 with iTunes, and no Google Play purchases. I gotta get on it. So yeah, it's really low. Like, I remember back when we were talking hundreds and now we're talking for ones, talking singles. But, I gotta be honest, gotta show you guys the good and the bad. Let's see. Could you see that? Oh, okay. Let's see. How do I Let's see. Morris says, "Are you using Microsoft's no-code tools yet? You know, like Power Apps and stuff like that?" I am not. Yeah, Power Apps. Yeah, no. So many people have told me I need to get into it. Like it's like, and I just haven't. Like it's like I keep thinking it's like when I was doing Microsoft Access, it was like I was big into Access, but like you talking to the SQL Server guys, and they were like they had no interest in learning Access. It was too limiting for them, right? So and when I got into doing actual server-based development, like using SQL, then I was like no longer interested in using those tools, although they were good tools. They were like, they were helping me get my mind around how certain things worked. And they also was able to accomplish a lot, actually writing applications, which were used in an investment bank for like years afterwards, written in Microsoft Access with VBA. And so it's just one of those things to be like, and I think it's one of the reasons why I haven't really looked into Power Apps. It'd be like learning a menu structure for something where I'm thinking about the code that goes with it. Let's see. Let's see. Is it pizza time already? Time really flies by, dude. You know what I'm trying to? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Like, if I seem gone, I woke up this morning. I thought I'm gonna fast today. Like I've done. Like last year, I did like a 3-day fast. Actually, 2.5 days. And it was like I was good the first day, and I thought today. I think it was just because of the weekend I had. I was just like, I ate too much. I drank too much. I'm just gonna like fast today. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying like not to think about food. So let's see. Mac is blood, brah. Is that good? Joe, Eric, thoughts on open bidding with Admob. I've looked at it, and I didn't like. It was one of those things where I don't know how well it would serve. Like it's like I don't really have very much thoughts on it. It was one of these things I haven't tried it yet. I think is what I should say. Like every time they came up with something new, I was trying something new with Admob, and it was like, okay, this works really well. Like rewarded ads never worked for me as well as other people said it worked for them. Either that or they were like making that up, right? And like I found the eCPMs on rewarded ads to be lower than it should have been. So and that was one of those things where I thought, it was okay, I'm gonna spend a weekend just putting rewarded ads in all my apps, and then you release it and you're like, watch the money roll in, and it was like, oh, it's actually doing worse. So I don't want to say anything if I haven't actually tried it yet. But is anybody having anything different with that? Samuel says it's shared. Oh, wait, yeah, the screen, it was shared. I know. The whole time I'm thinking you guys can't see it. Let's see. Morris says a lot of traditional business only trust Microsoft, so they want Power Apps. Yeah, I know. Thanks for the thumbs up, anyway, everyone. By the way, I just saw one come up. See, Fistlevo7 says Access is awesome for learning. SQL Server is a must for becoming a pro. Yeah, I know. It was the Microsoft Access which really got me into it. It was like the and the joins between. I had queries like it's like. And if you ever used Microsoft Access, I used Microsoft Access 98 and then 2000. And you basically drag the tables onto the query editor, and then you drag the fields from one table to another, the joining tables, and yeah, I had some of them where had too many joins, and it was just like it would take like half an hour to run a query, and it wasn't a big database either. Like I remember somebody coming by going, "Eric, so what was something wrong with your query?" I was gonna stop. I was like, "No, I've got like 3 minutes left." But that was in the early days. Let's see. First up, said Power Apps for people who are non-devs. Yeah. I know that's the thing. But then you think is it something that's worth learning then, so that you can show other people how to do it? Let's see. Rizwan says, in our side of the world, we're keeping fast for 30 days. Dude, I'm hoping I can make it through today. I'm wondering whether I can make it through today. I'm going to the boxing class in about an hour. Right? I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to work out. I'm going to do this. I'm just like, okay. So yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Joe says, it seems like an updated version of mediation. Oh, okay. Well, that makes, I kept getting the emails about it, and I haven't really looked that much into it. Fistable says, fasting isn't good for your health. Eating healthy is. Yeah, I know but those things you read about, like they say it's good to reset your body. Dude, man, you're gonna push me over the edge, Fist 007. I'm like trying to like stay strong. All I need is that little doubt. Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. Which is what got me. Which is why my 3-day fast last year coming to 2.5-day fast, because somebody said, Eric, you're being ridiculous. Just have something to eat. You're like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Like you're just waiting for that person to say it to you. So Fist 007. There's also a visual query builder in SQL Server, and it has some issues as well. Yeah, I know. I knew someone who was using that a lot. The visual query builder in SQL Server, and it was like he was like, again, it was a lot like Access, but let's see. So it looks like that's the end of our comments. I think we're gonna end it there. I'm going to try to not think about food, and we will do this probably again in about 2 weeks, and yeah, we won't do it next weekend, but we'll do it the following weekend. I really appreciate everybody who showed up. I'm so surprised we talked so much about alcohol and drugs. My God, my parents might watch this. And that's it. So Morris says, I know a $1 billion company who's heavily using Access, so the users can avoid SQL servers run by the IT staff. I've seen like in investment banks, like industry standard applications that were used by like major regulators, and it were done in Microsoft Access, like clearly done in Microsoft. Is there a way to make a pop-up offer an in-app purchase at a discounted price for a small amount of time? I'm not sure. Probably. But you would have to like lower the price on the actual platform itself. So, I mean, the pop-up would be the pop-up. You could either trigger it by, I don't know if you could do an Admob ad. You used to be able to do them. Or if you're going to do something where you just like have a, some like a config file on the server that you check. So anyway, so that is it for today. Hey, everybody, I hope you have a great week ahead, and stay healthy, stay safe. And we'll do this again in 2 weeks. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Winterland, tell me all your secrets. Fill me in on your wildest moments. Colored trees, your yellow